me to a parking lot. And they called all their friends. What they did to me is inhumane. I begged for my life. I begged for my life. I'm George Floyd. Just like you, George Floyd. And you, George Floyd. I was handcuffed in the back of that car. And they opened the door. And I got punched in my face and my whole mouth filled with blood. With blood. So I spit. What else was I to do? And they dragged me out of the car. They started beating on me. And beating on me. And beating on me. Like it was fun. And since I spit, they put a mask on me. And I heard the other cops come up, punching, kicks, and they laughing. They laughing. They took a second pair of handcuffs while I was handcuffed and started choking me out like an animal. I just remember the laugh. The laugh. It wasn't funny to me. It wasn't funny to me. I begged for my life. Too. And I passed out due to lack of oxygen. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Can we breathe? We can't breathe. We can't breathe. I woke up in the hospital with people taking pictures of me. Taking pictures of me. And then I went to jail. I was in jail for about 4 days. And then I got out. And then I had to fight the system. I had to go to court over and over and over and over again and over and over again for almost a year. You know what my public defender told me?
What did he say?
He said, you know, that the cops are all racist, right? He told me as I sat in this chair with this man who practiced law, who was supposed to defend me, he told me that the district attorney's office people were racist. And that most likely the judges were racist. And I fought for a year. For a year. And then one day in the courtroom, a private investigator, I don't even know where this man came from. He said, man, we got witnesses. They saw it all. You had your hands up. When they started beating me with the sticks that night, I had my hands up. They hit me in my leg with a stick, like trying to get the platinum medal for that in an Olympic sport was their goal. I had a lump on my leg for 3 to 4 months. I was a college student. My face was mangled. I missed classes. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I was scared. Who I'm gonna call? Not the cops. Who I'm gonna call? Ghostbusters? That private detective came in there and he said, we have witnesses. And I'm trying to fight the system. So I said, Judge, we got witnesses. What we gonna do now? What we gonna do now, Judge? He said, oh, you got witnesses now? No, we're not gonna put this matter off any further. You have to plead today. And I'm in a position where if I plead today and I don't win, there's no more college for me. There's no more future I'm trying to build for me. There's no more future I'm trying to build for a black family. There's none of that. There's none of that. Multiple witnesses willing to testify that the police assaulted me when I had my hands up and was being peaceful. how I was taught. Because we have that conversation. We do with our kids. What do you do? When you see the police, you're polite. You tell them, I didn't do anything, put your hands up. Why is this going on? Be polite. Where did that get me? But beaten and humiliated and taken advantage of. They sentenced me to community service. I had just been in a car accident where the steering wheel had hit me in my back and I broke some ribs and it hurt to move. They said, sir, you have to go to community service. You have to bend over 8 hours a day and you have to pay for your crime. I went one day. I picked up all those damn leaves. I tried to do it happily. I tried to tell myself, you know what? Just let it go. It's gonna be okay. And by the end of the day, I was in pain. I was hurting bad. And you know what? I said, throw me in jail. I said, I'm not gonna do this one more time. I told the judge, go ahead, put me in jail. That's fine. You put me all this trouble. Let me get my free meals. Let me get it. Some of y'all paying for that. Y'all back there in the back, standing around, y'all paying for that. Why don't y'all do the right thing? Why don't y'all come out here and kneel with us?
Say something.
I see some pictures of other police in other departments, even police chiefs coming down to kneel with us. I don't see a million people around here. I see one intersection of people out here, peaceful. I see weapons upon weapons upon weapons of men in riot gear right now.
We don't say something.
So what you gonna do?
You stand for hate.
Where is the support?
You're the epitome of hate.
The police of the United States have lost their legitimacy to police us as citizens. You have killed too many people to have legitimacy. You are supposed to protect. What am I to tell my children? There are people who have called the police, who have been in need, who have only had the police show up to take their life. Where was the investigation? Where? You just show up and shoot. I watched a video of American police officers going to the United Kingdom and watching unarmed police officers confront a man wielding a machete in the middle of the street. They were able to disarm this man, and the American police officer said if we would have shot this man on sight, it's the first thing we would have done was shot him, put him down. Now, is the justice in our country in the streets with you, or it is in the courtroom? Is it in the courtroom that is supposed to carry out the laws that you are sworn to uphold? I just don't understand. There's so much silence, baby, you soaking this all up. But let me tell you what we want. Let me tell you what I want. Because I'm a single man. Well, I'm not single, my lady here with me, but I'm a single man. Right? I'm just one man. But what I would like to see is all these body cameras and all this recording capability you have. I want multiple cameras on police officers with high definition video recording. This should not be objectionable since it will help you collect evidence if there was a crime committed. Tampering with these devices should be punishable by a lifetime suspension from law enforcement and a minimum 5-year sentence prison. And when I say 5 years, I don't mean a day shorter. I don't mean a day shorter. We got people flying off in rockets. We live Silicon Valley's right over there. Hop in the car with me, Sarge. We'll be there in 30 minutes since the freeways are clear. Since it's a curfew, right? Freedom in this country is an illusion. Freedom is free until they say so. You go ahead and test me on that. Try to cross a border without documentation. Somebody gonna say, wait a minute. Where you going? You are born with a number. You are put in a system. They keep track of you. They make decisions and you have to abide. You have no say. I'm 36, y'all. I remember when people were trying to protest George Bush and they had protest zones. They have protest zones. Oh, I know you're unhappy about what's going on, but if you're gonna protest, please do it over here, like way over there. This is America, where we can do what we want. And we right now have a small group of people. If we had a larger group of people, hell yeah. Maybe we could overcome your weapons. Maybe if we walk peacefully towards you, we could diminish your lines. How many people are in this city alone? But they believe in your curfew. It's worked, hasn't it? The people aren't here anymore to disrupt your needs, to let you lay waste to freedom. Because that is what you are doing. Telling people, you cannot be here. No, not right now. Even though every other day of the week, that was fine. Right? If I was free, I could be out here till 2 o'clock in the morning, smoking crack if I wanted to, as long as I didn't get caught. Right? I could do whatever I want. I could be out here coloring. I could be out here writing a poem. I could be out here reading a book to my kids because I don't want to be as dumb as some of the law enforcement officers I'm looking at. What does it take to be a police officer? Huh? What does it take? How long you spent at the academy? What do they teach you about being an actual person, an actual human being? Because that's what we are. We are human beings. I'm not a black man, I'm a man. He's not a white man, he's a man. Ain't no Mexican man, they are men. Ain't no Mexican women, they are women. All women are women, all men are men, all people are human beings. We deserve decency. I was born in 1983, I have it tattooed. And then I grew up to learn that people of my pigmentation, not 20 years earlier, were getting hosed down in the streets because they wanted freedom. And so the president says, oh, y'all unhappy? We gonna send in the military. We gonna send in the National Guard. What he does not do is come to the podium and say, I hear you. I hear that you have been treated unequally. I hear that you are tired of dying. I hear you are tired of watching your children die over and over and over again. My significant other was bothered by it. We watched a video, she having nightmares. I watched the Arbery video, I had nightmares. Nightmares. Every time I go out, I have to wonder, what happens if I'm confronted? You got Philando Castile, a black man with a right to carry his weapon, who was gunned down in his own vehicle after saying, hey, I have this weapon. What more do we have to do to be treated as equals? Don't tell me it's have a black president, because we've been there. And I love that man. I do. But he's been president and he's gone, and y'all still killing us in the streets. In the streets. And I sit back and I watch the news and I see armed to the teeth protesters who are Caucasian taking hold of government buildings without any resistance, and I see black innocent men get shot and killed. And the reason is, oh, I thought he had a gun. I thought he had a gun. There was no evidence, no real gun. I didn't see anything, but I thought that he had a weapon. So I killed him. So, you know, I don't know what the answer is. I don't want to be thought of someone who would condone violence. But the police department is not mentioned anywhere in our Constitution. Not once is it mentioned in our Constitution. So it is on us to judge whether you are legitimate or not, what actions you can carry out or not. You are beholden to the people before you, the very people that you have been slapping down and have tried to slap down continuously as these events unfold. That is who you are beholden to. That's why I'm here. Because I have to have that talk with my children. I'd rather be able to tell them, don't worry, if you're in trouble, there's an organization who can help you and make that call. But that's not the case. I can't do that safely. I cannot. We can't. This is rooted in the system. There is no reason why you can't have the sensitivity training that you need, why you cannot resolve solutions instead of escalating them. Even when I was in Chico, I'm gonna tell you a few police stories, okay? We gonna have story hour right now. There was a big fraternity house we used to like to party at, Chi Town, in Chico, California. And one night, I was at the house. And all of a sudden, hey, I'm in the living room, I'm enjoying my life. I was happy to be there. And all of a sudden, a big fight breaks out. People knocking each other left and right. I step out of the home. I go out into the middle of the street. The fight continues out in the street. I look over to my left. I see a group of 4 officers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Having a huddle as if someone was about to throw a pass. After about 15 to 20 seconds, these officers ran towards the house. They had a raised concrete area, then grass, and then there was a wrought iron black fence. I'm sure you guys have seen some and know what I'm talking about. These officers leapt over the fence onto the grass. There were several gentlemen who were watching the fight, not engaged in any type of violence whatsoever. And one of the cops, there's plenty of people fighting in front of this cop. The cop comes with a Superman punch. He came from way back here. He came back so far like he had pressed all the combo buttons on the PS4 controller and was ready to do some damage. You hear the man that he hit scream, "Don't hit me." He got hit in his face hard. He went to the ground. His friend that was standing with him got beat up next. Now these 2 men are lying on the ground, and here come all the cops with the sticks. Start beating the entire fucking shit out of them. And guess what happened? The fight at the party stopped. So they entered the situation not wanting to put themselves in true danger by confronting the people involved, and did horrid, horrific, horrendous acts to these innocent individuals who happened to be watching in the gallery. That's one story. Are you still awake back there? Have I put you to sleep yet? Let me tell you another one. Let me tell you another one. I was down at 5th and Ivy, packed intersection. Nobody can move. It was so packed. And then this police cop on his horse just comes through, driving his horse into the crowd. Everyone's shoulder to shoulder. They can't move. And the cop just reached down and starts punching people. He just starts hitting anybody that's up against his horse, punching on them and punching on them like it was okay. People who could do nothing to get out of the way. Nothing to get out of the way. What you are doing is creating a culture of fear among the people that you are supposed to protect. You wonder why they hate, because we have been pushed to hate. Hate's a strong word, but I know that I hate what I've seen. I hate what I've seen. But what am I gonna do? Because you got all the guns, right? What am I gonna do? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to tell you how I really feel with my body? Is that what you want? I think it is, because it's easier for you to paint a picture of me as an animal if you do. Now, I'm not here to tell any stories. Everything I said is true. A man never forgets begging for his life after doing nothing wrong. You don't forget that. It's not like, okay, tomorrow's another day. Here comes the sun. We are people. You need to be a part of the solution. You need to be saying, why aren't we in the streets talking to people? Why aren't we accepting things that will make our program better? Why aren't we all for that? It's just a flat out fuck you and your life that you have given us. We get silent. Can you imagine how you would feel if your brothers in the blue just started getting killed left and right?
Stand there.
I'm not threatening that, but I'm telling you to imagine, to use the gift you have of creation inside your mind to make a situation, because I know you have it. To imagine, look to your left, look to your right. If so-and-so got gunned down tonight, and then 3 days later, someone showed up at his house, killed him and his wife. Week later, 2 more of y'all gone, just shot up. I don't know, choked out. People do crazy things when they're angry. Maybe they cut off all your 10 toes and let you bleed out and enjoyed watching. Maybe, right? How would you feel? What would your emotion be? I have to watch video after video of people getting murdered who look like me. That was done with no remorse. And let me tell you something else. Let me tell you what pisses me the fuck off. Like that police officer who went in and killed the man in his apartment. After that shit happened, they said, oh, he had a little bit of weed on the table. Does that fucking mean that he deserves to be murdered in his own fucking house? No! How many times have we seen this? A black man gets killed and they say, oh, but what about what he did before? Yeah, so in that moment, he should have been fucking executed, right? Right?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Why are you even here? Your fucking decency as human beings should have not let you show up to defend this. Ain't nobody here got a gun. Can we get one of you who is man fucking enough to put down the weapon and kneel?
No.
It's not gonna happen, right? not gonna happen, right? Can we get one? Can we get one? Can we get one? That's all I want.
Are you with it?
I want one. Everybody here is gonna kneel down. We talking, can I get one?
Show respect.
Can I get one?
Show respect.
We out here protesting for humanity, for people who have been treated like animals, even after all their contributions to this world, who have been carrying about their lives in a peaceful manner. Can we get one? Can we get one hand in the air? Can we get one hand in the air? Can we get anything from you?
Show respect.
Can we get anything from you? You can see the picture of the police chief in Santa Cruz taking a knee. Taking a knee.
What the fuck are you afraid of?
That's all we want.
That part. That part.
That's all we want.
Do what's right. It's never too late. If your man is getting fired,
Where is your humanity? Do our lives not matter to you? That is what you're saying. We do not have weapons, and we are here to preserve our lives and the lives of those who come after us. Not just now, hundreds of years from now. How long ago did the Civil Rights Act get passed? How long ago? Do any of you even know the answer to that question?
No.
This is beyond pitiful.
Show solidarity.
Show that you are a human being. And maybe you can de-escalate the situation. Or maybe you are just waiting for the military to come in and back you up. Maybe you're waiting on the National Guard to come in here. Maybe you're waiting to clear somebody out for a fucking photo op like the president did yesterday. Holding up a Bible in a picture photo opportunity without giving one word for the people who have suffered. Not one single word. That is why we are here.